here, so I got that.
Okay.
And there goes the encoder.
Ooh, secret encoder.
And I don't need to play my intro. I need to play your intro.
And while you do that, I will...
Welcome to another episode of Drunken Confessions, a show for the bold and the brave, the drunk in the season, where you tell stories your best friends already know, you may not want your family to ever hear, but always makes for a great conversation. Raise a glass or more, we don't judge, every week for Drunken Confessions.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to Drunken Confessions, episode 50.
50, woohoo!
So, actually, my computer lagged for a moment, which is why I kind of did a deer in the headlights thing, because I'm trying to share it on our Drunken Confessions page. And yeah, I'm kind of dropping the ball on this one today.
That's okay. I mean, 50
sorry.
episodes, you really think you'd have your shit together, but
One would think, but you know what?
Dude, we're
One
like
would think
350 into ours, and we still we don't know what the hell we're doing. So Thank
you, Dave. I appreciate you having my back on that one.
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
One time, I appreciate it.
Everybody gets one. Everybody gets one.
I'm writing it in my book. Oh, that's like my get out of jail free card for my kids. Everyone gets one.
Yeah.
And one of my children have already used it, so we're not going to name names, but it happened. On that note.
Damn protesters.
Oh, yeah, right? I told him, you're going to have to call your father if you get arrested. You've already used it up on my end. Oh, my God. So anyway, how's everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
I know. I'm all over the place. I'm Cass. I'm the your spiritual guide.
Well, I hope you're not guiding my spirit with the way you're tripping over your words.
I'm guiding some spirits tonight. You know, the funny thing is, seriously, I've had 2 beers. That's it.
Okay, so speaking of spirits, I'm going to chime in here for a sec. So I went ahead and I grabbed 2 bottles of this Detroit City Distillery's barrel strength shut down bourbon that they have. So it is 120 proof. Wow, is it good?
120 proof, huh?
This, I hope I make it through this show.
All right.
Rub it in. Mail me a shot.
Rub it in.
Hey, you had the option of meeting me to get some. I'm just saying. I offered. I volunteered. Hell, I could have driven down and brought you. We could have poured some in a flask for you. I'd have been good.
Choices were made.
He didn't invite me down there until afterwards, just now when he said you could have met me. So no.
Ooh,
True.
You just got called
a couple
out.
days. It's true. It was a couple days ago. I said, "Hey, I'm going to be whatever." It's true. I was a dick. Fine. I go to penalty box for 2 minutes. I feel shame.
Don't be a dick, Dave.
Yeah, feel shame.
But I'll have this really good bourbon in there with me. So
there you go.
Cheers. So for our first-time listeners, you all were introduced to Cass. I'm your host, Amy. I'm joined by my man-meat, Jeremy.
or husband.
Or husband.
As he's referred to occasionally. I'm the head engineer, Stephanie, but I'm not engineering during the virus because Dave has to do all the engineering for all the shows for me.
I mean, I don't have to. If you want to, I can hook you up. I mean, we're actually starting. Well, anyway, hi, I'm Dave, the enabler. But we're actually starting to get. We've had 5 new shows start up during this nonsense, and I'm starting to get requests for time conflicts, and for now, I'm shuffling them off. But there may come a time when I need your assistance.
Well, we always.
We're here for you. We're here for you.
Because it's not like this shit's ending anytime soon, kids.
Yeah, that's right.
And even when it does, I ain't letting a whole bunch of people cram into the studios right away, kids.
Right.
As long as you let me come over and swim in your pool.
Can we hose people down with disinfectant before they come in?
Deal. Well, so that was the other thing. With every bottle, you got a free bottle of their hand sanitizer. So if there's any Trump supporters out there that would like to come by and take a shot of this, I got it for you. I'm here to be helpful.
It's breast spray.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't make those jokes when I'm taking a drink of my beer. It almost landed all over the laptop.
You are having a problem with should or can and should. It's not that I can't. It's that I should.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Well, choose your own words.
All right, cheers everyone for our 50th episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So I'm really excited about today's show, but before we get into that, I want to talk about something that Amy did this week.
Oh, God, what did I do?
The email.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It was so funny. So I tell Amy, oh my gosh, the Michigan.gov is giving away free condoms if you email them your name and address. She's like, no, they're not. She goes, I don't believe it. So I gave her the information. So Amy, take it away.
Well, I mean, if anybody's looking to screw you, it's the government from everything I've read. So,
At least
I definitely did email them, and I still was like not convinced. I'm thinking this is funny. I'm never going to hear back. Nope, I got a confirmation letter, email back the following day saying that my condoms were on their way.
That's amazing.
Get condoms before everybody gets on unemployment.
I'm so excited. We're going to actually raffle it off once we get it.
Yep.
So we're going to send
not
it to
raffle.
a lucky.
No, raffle's the wrong word. It's going to be just a fun giveaway.
But we're going to give it away.
Drawing.
Yeah, that's how we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like condom drawing should involve some of our artist friends. Like I feel.
Yes, and if
like different colored Sharpies.
And if they're lucky, I'll throw in a packet of lube.
Yeah, we were discussing on throwing other things in with that free box of condoms that we're gonna get.
I have lots of lube.
So it's not just the government condoms.
Tess, I really feel like you should clarify why you have lots of lube.
No, let's just let our listeners keep wondering why.
Okay.
I
you want to let it hang out there? You let it hang out there. That's
I seriously. I mean, so I do have like I don't know 2-gallon drum in the back. No, honestly, I sell Pure Romance, so that's why I have so much lube. I have like the little trial size packets. So we're gonna do some giveaways with the condoms and the lube. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, we should give them a couple masks so they can be responsible.
So, anyway, I was very excited about the whole, Amy getting a free condom from the government.
I thought it was hilarious.
I am going to laugh my ass off.
We will see if I actually get it.
I'm going to laugh my ass off if they actually only send just one.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Am I going to get an envelope with a letter and like one condom?
That would be funnier than anything else if they actually only send just one.
So what I'm going to do is whenever I get it in the mail, is I'm going to actually open it up on our podcast.
It should totally be an unboxing video. It should.
It's going to definitely be an unboxing video.
I'm hoping you get the 3-pack that you get at the gas station. Not that I've ever done that, and I know what it is, but I'm hoping you get
I've heard that.
I've heard that that's what they sell at the gas station.
I've seen it. It's been in movies. All
right, so I was gonna do a drunken confession before we start our list, but Stephanie just walked away. So I think you want to wait a second? And
has anybody anything interesting happened this week? Any chaos? Any mayhem? Anything?
I saw a bunch of COVID places, but nobody was there getting tested. I drove. I've seen
like
the
drive-through.
Yeah.
Really, I actually just got a call back from my doc today. I am able to go in tomorrow and get the antibody test. So I'm super curious as to whether or not this is what I had back in January. Like that's always been kind of weighing heavily on my mind, and off we go.
That's cool. Yeah, but the highlight of my week, I've been trying to do yard work and clean up my gardens and move heavy rocks and put them down.
Oh my God! So there's a good rant for you. So friggin' Lowe's. I was trying, I wanted to buy some mulch to do some shit in the yard. And so I go to Lowe's.com and like, oh yeah, curbside pickup. We bring it out. Awesome. It's exactly what I'm looking for. And I'm like, okay, yeah, pick up in store. Perfect. Search, on the items. Yeah, I want bags of mulch. Boom. Brings up the bag of mulch page. I'm like, yep, I want 10 of those. And then it like refreshes the page. Item not available for ordering online.
Ooh.
I'm like, but you said for the last 6 pages and you brought up that result, and now you're telling me that I can't. And so I called, and they were like, yeah, that's actually a glitch in the website currently. That shouldn't be offered as available. But we can take your order over the phone, and we can have that ready for you. I'm like,
what? What's the difference?
Exactly. What's the goddamn difference?
Their website's down.
It happens.
Yeah, so I've been moving at I made the fatal mistake last year of dumping a bunch of rocks in the back corner, not realizing how hard it was going to be to move them all from that back corner.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah,
that's a short-term pain, short-term gain, long-term pain scenario is what.
Yeah, so I've been working. Jeremy came home. I said, I know it doesn't look like 4.5 hours worth of work, but I swear I am sore, and I was out here for 4.5 hours. He goes, no, actually, I know what you've been doing, and I believe it.
There.
That's nice.
So that's about been the highlight of my week, and my dogs either being really cute one day and good, or being complete assholes the next day.
I mean, those are dogs. That's what they do. Dogs
and husbands.
Yeah, today was Toby being an asshole day. So
yeah.
Dogs and husbands. Cheers to that.
Can we just make that spouses? Can we just?
Yeah.
Sorry, Amy, Jeremy.
Sorry, you guys.
Oh.
Let's not be too specific with that.
Right.
We try to be inclusive here on the Podcast Detroit Network.
That's right. All people are terrible.
Yes, exactly. Everyone sucks equally.
Yes.
Some people suck more.
All right, so let's do our first drunken confession.
Yay!
Oh, you're doing a drunken confession?
Yep.
That's so surprising.
You're such a dork.
Well, here's an easy one. What movie / TV character's death could you just not get over?
Movie, TV character's death?
Yeah, the death that you just have not been able to get over.
Okay, I'm gonna go first, but I have to pick one person and one animal.
Okay.
Okay, so in the Never-Ending Story, the horse.
Okay.
In that goes.
Tax.
Yeah, that is it's still too soon. I can't.
Dude, the horse dies of sad.
It's so upsetting. I can't handle it. So I haven't watched that movie in a really long time, and I love it, but that's just a lot to get through. And so Hodor.
Game of Thrones. Yeah.
That was a really hard one, because once you realize everything that once it all comes together, I mean, it was just there was a lot of deaths on there that I had a really hard time with, but that one was just just kill me. So yeah, those are mine.
Cass, do you have?
Go last. Make me go last, because I'm thinking.
So mine, and I actually just watched it again. Adriana on The Sopranos.
I'm in the middle of watching it for the very first time.
Spoiler.
No, that's fine.
Okay, well then
I'll forgive you.
Dude, so many characters die on that frame. That's barely giving it away.
Because mine might be a spoiler for somebody else.
Yeah, but the manner in which that was tough. That honestly changed my whole relationship with that show. Almost, and for what it's worth, almost like Glenn on the Walking Dead. And not even necessarily not because you got through the big brawny dude getting whacked, and you were like, okay, well, he's the one that dies, and yada yada, and then surprise, there's another one, and it's Glenn, and it's brutal, and he's got his eye popped out and all that, and
I stopped after a few more episodes of that show. I stopped watching it because that was so.
I couldn't get past it.
Yeah, that was a really hard one too, but not so much because of, I mean, I loved him as a character, but like, just, God, that was just.
Yeah, but like I said, like from an emotion, like that was just more of a visceral thing. The Adriana thing, that one hurt.
Yeah.
Do you have an animal you can't get over?
Other than my own dog, no.
Okay.
Well, I was talking fictional, obviously.
No, fictional.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
Dave,
dude, animals dying and stuff, man. No, but no.
Okay, so my character is Jackson from Sons of Anarchy. Freaking hated that. Was absolutely heartbroken, and I just haven't gotten over that. And then the animal I would pick is totally just slipped my mind. It's Marley.
See, I never watched that movie because I heard that happened, and I was like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm not watching a movie.
I bawl my eyes out every time.
Just cry.
Yep. Yeah, so I can't get over Marley and me.
Mm-mm.
What about you?
Sorry, not watching it.
Mine would be Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. I did not like how they did her character and get her off like that.
Okay, well, just to give you my perspective of that, who else could have killed her? Who did you want her to live and you were upset because she died, or is it how she died, or?
No, it's more of what they did to her character and turned her into the tyrant rather than the freedom fighter. I don't know. I had a problem. I didn't in the last season. They rushed it. Bastards.
A lot of people had issues with it. I just took it for what it was and enjoyed it. And
so I was like, no.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
He lost his eye candy. Cass, what is yours?
All right, characters would be Hoban Washburn from Firefly in the movie Serenity.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right.
When he gets impaled, I was like, no, you cannot. After watching the series, and then I watched the series first and then the movie, and I'm just like, no, you can't kill him off. How could you kill him off?
Oh, but wait, they can.
I want a reunion. I wanted them to bring it back so bad. I really did. That's the one series I wanted them to bring back. And when they killed him off in the movie, I was just like, fuck all of you. I was so mad.
Well, I don't know if you're into comic books, but I heard that they're making a comic about him and about his so
I would love that.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
When I find all the information, I'll send it to you. But I saw it somewhere, and I think that they're making a comic book. So I think you'll have something to look forward to.
Yeah, I would have to say, because I'm not the most upset. I was the angriest when he died.
You were angry.
That was like the angriest I've ever been. Is when I watched
damn writers.
I saw that. I was just like, you cannot kill him off, damn you. You know. As for animals, Dave, you look like you wanted to say something.
No, go ahead.
Okay, animals. Old Yeller. When he had to shoot him in the backyard because he had hydrophobia, got me in the feels.
So you want a good example or the clearest definition of exactly how screwed up the world is right now?
Maybe, I don't know.
The executive producer.
I'm a little afraid when you put it that way.
No, the executive producer of Black Mirror has come out with a public statement that says, you know what? We're holding off releasing anything because the world is too messed up as it is for Black Mirror right now.
Oh, I get that.
We can't beat that.
You know, there was another show. There was another show on ABC New Amsterdam that they actually had previously recorded an episode about the pandemic, like about a pandemic. And they came out and said, due to the circumstances, we may put that as a bonus feature next season, but we will not release it. And they only showed you clips of important things that you need to know from that. But they were like, that's too sensitive to the world right now.
Well, that's happened before with shows where they had episodes like, we're not airing that right now.
Well, that was the big controversy when, I want to say, I think it was the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire where they actually pulled the ending and reshot it because between the time they wrapped filming and it was released, 9/11 happened, and the final sequence actually featured him catching the bad guy by spinning webs between the two towers.
Oh, it's caught a chopper.
And so they pulled it.
Yeah.
I had a helicopter caught in that thing.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get back to our 50th episode. So we are going to discuss our top 3 favorite episodes that we have had thus far.
Right. So our number 3. Can I go? You want me to go?
Yeah.
Do I go?
Yes.
Okay.
Go now.
I just wasn't sure. I'm like, am I interrupting? Should I go now? Is Amy giving me a cue that I'm like,
you go now?
I'm like not going? I'm sorry. Hold on. All right. Our number 3 favorite is Fun Facts About Detroit, which was our first episode we shot with Podcast Detroit when we moved out there from doing it downriver. So that was our first one, was Fun Facts About Detroit. That because that was our first one in Detroit, it kind of, you get the warm fuzzies and all that. So that was our number 3.
Which was episode number 14.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So
Amy keeps track of
me. I do. So the favorite places and things in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the second?
Cass, what's on your list?
What? Our favorite places to go in Detroit?
No.
What's number 2, you Einstein?
Oh,
no, she's not to discuss. No, she was supposed to discuss. Never mind. We're moving on. So our second favorite topic.
I've only had 2 beers.
Second favorite topic was also. Second favorite topic was episode 17, again with Podcast Detroit, and it was fetishes, aka educating Amy. That was the one that I turned bright red, and Dave had to turn off the air conditioning because I was like, I'm dying over here.
I believe that was the origination of 50 Shades of Amy. I think that was.
Yeah, and that's where we came up with 50 Shades of
great.
Red. 50 Shades of Red. So yeah.
You know what? It wasn't just fun doing that episode. What was fun was planning it. When Amy was talking about things like what was the impact play? She didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Yeah, I had no idea what a lot of those things were.
Like impact play. And I looked at her, so I'm trying to explain to her before the show of what it meant. So she could write it in her notes. And that was as much fun writing as it was doing.
Yeah, that was I think that was one of my that's one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun writing that one.
Yeah, we did.
But I think the one we had the most fun writing and doing, and we're gonna actually go through it today, is the top 10 worst people to have at a party.
And this was episode 11. So anybody who wants to go back and listen to that episode.
For what it's worth, I am stunned the live episode at the Kink Ball wasn't on that list.
No, because I was honestly, that's one of my best memories. But I was too much in shock that I didn't participate much in the actual show.
I think that's one of the things. That's one of the things that makes it one of the best episodes. Not that you weren't a part of it, but you were that shocked.
Talking and stuff.
It was definitely discussed. It was definitely discussed about that. That's probably the 4th, maybe 5th, but that was more of another one of my very favorite memories of hanging out with you guys outside of a studio.
It was, and I want to do it again next year because I don't think they're going to have it this year. If they have it this year, I wouldn't mind doing it again. But that was a great experience, but when it came to show-wise, not so much. I think we can better prepare for it. It was just so new. But our number 1 favorite episode is, like I said, is our top 10 worst people to have at a party. So what we're going to do is we're going to read them off because Amy and I went through this, and we were reviewing our top 10 because we're like, okay, it's been a year. Let's, revisit it and see. And we read through it and we're like, it's perfect the way it is. So we want to revisit that. We're going to go through it again tonight.
Yep.
Just
and
because
as
we haven't
through it, as we go through it, we want Dave and Stephanie and Jeremy's opinion because they weren't part of the show.
Now, this might not be like the most people you have at a party, and it might be very rare to have this person. We're going by the absolute worst person. So let's hope you don't have these people at your party. So we're going to start with the number 10. Number 10 is the martyr. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been to a party where you have either like the hostess or one of the persons there at the party who did a lot of work. And the martyr's always the person that just kind of sits back and just like sighing the whole time, like,
martyr.
I like when I swear to God, it sounded like you said murderer when you first said it.
That was our conversation earlier tonight.
The murderer is the number one. No.
Worst person at a party.
I was like, oh, martyr. Oh.
Yeah, the martyr.
So
tentacles, NT, big difference, huge. Yeah.
Right. The person who like doesn't feel like they ever get enough appreciation for how much work they put into doing this party.
Right.
Oh my God, they're the
like,
worst.
The worst thing about that is like you took that on because you seem to want to. If you say, hey, I'll handle all this, don't worry about it, then you can't expect people to worry about it because you've said you're handling it. So then you can't go back later and try to guilt people or like make it seem like nobody gives a shit that you did something, because I'm sorry, but that's manipulation and it's bullshit.
But most people who do that, most people who do all that work, they're like, they want the recognition is why they're doing it. Because they want that recognition. They want that, you know.
I don't know that I would say most.
No, I'm not. I'm going to have to disagree with you because I love being a host.
Oh, wait,
I absolutely want to.
Host. Sorry.
I do too.
I misheard. I misheard.
Did you miss the ST there?
I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I
like host too.
No, I'm with Amy. I like being a host. I enjoy doing the work and making people happy. So like that's why I'll volunteer to like have stuff at my house and I'll cook and I'll just be like, just bring whatever you want to drink. Like whatever, you know, and it's not because I want people to go, oh, Stephanie, you're so fucking awesome. Thank you for doing all this. No, a
lot of people need that though.
Yeah, I do it just because I like to do it.
Right.
Oh, I love having parties at my house and just like, let's just have fun.
I like once the party is like going and I can take a step back and sit down and watch how everyone else is enjoying themselves. I'm like, yep, successful party.
My only problem is I love hosting, but I don't sit down. I am one of those people where I like to run around and like make sure everybody's happy and everybody's like talking and nobody's like not having a good time, because that's my only thing. I'm very paranoid when I'm the hostess. Other than that, I love.
All right, so number 9 on our list is the fighter.
Bacon wrapped
water chestnuts.
Water chestnuts.
They were so good.
I'm a fan. I've made them twice since then.
Have you?
Yeah. Go figure. You actually introduced me to something I like. I mean, who knew?
Wow.
See now. See, I told you got one. Now it's back to normal. That's.
Oh my God.
He's balancing it out.
All righty then.
So number 9 is the fighter. The person. Number 9 is the fighter. The person who always finds an excuse to be upset or argue with somebody, anybody.
I'm really small, so I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay, wait.
You're really big, and I got something to prove. Now,
verbally or physically?
Either.
Both. Either.
Yeah, either.
Because you always have that one asshole at your party who wants to just start shit with people.
Nah, yeah, I try not to be that guy.
I think I can kick your ass, man. I really do.
Right, but
we had a friend. Jeremy and I had a friend that no matter what we're doing, it could just be 4 of us. He'd get to a certain kind of drunk, and he would start a fight with one of us.
He would get so angry, and also he would tell him a story. You might not say anything for 30 minutes, but at the end, he wants to kick your ass because it was your fault somehow. It was like 7 degrees of bacon or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
7 degrees of bacon.
Kevin Bacon, baby.
All right, so what's number 8?
Number 8 is the Eeyore. So the one person that's always kind of like sitting there and it's like, woe is me, I had a bad day. Or the one that always walks around with the cloud over their head. Like there's always something bad going on in their life. You know what I mean? What's that?
I said it's like the emo kid. Like sitting in the corner with their bangs over one eye and they're just like, everything's terrible.
You always have that one person in your party that's just like, oh my God, today sucks so bad. Let me tell you about how bad my life is. And it just, you hate that person because you have to like kind of like, oh, okay, go ahead and tell me, being nice. But at the same time, you're like,
I'm going to ask, because I didn't actually listen to the original episode. Do you have the one-upper on the list somewhere?
Wait, Dave, yes, premature Dave.
Well, so
you're
no, so that was this is why. See, this is what happens when you don't fucking share things ahead of time. So, but no, so like because there's always that one person, whether it's negative or positive,
5.
that was like, oh, your life. So I'll stay in context. Oh, your life is terrible. Here's how bad my life is.
Okay, that's number 5. We'll get to that one.
Okay, well, we're gonna get to that one. Number 7 is the snob. The snob, and I know for a fact I've had the snob at my house plenty of times. That it's.
I've only been there twice.
I'm gracing you with my presence. You should just be happy that I'm here.
Right. Like.
And I may stick around, but you know what? It's nice outside. I might go find something else better to do. So I hate that snob.
I don't think that. I hate people that just think that they're better than people, period. So yeah, when somebody shows up and they're just like, oh, this is kind of below me. I'm just here to be nice, whatever. Like, no, if you don't want to be here, don't fucking be here. Like, get the fuck out.
Right.
Yep.
And we've all had
you're
this.
Not doing. Yeah, like you're not doing me any favors. Like I would have more fun with you not being here than me then feeling like, oh, am I not entertaining you? Like, am I not good enough? It makes me feel bad.
And like, I'm sorry, should I feel grateful that you're here? I'm not going to feel grateful just because you decided to show up. Yeah. Okay, great.
So then number 6 is the desperate for love person. The desperate for love, the person always hitting on somebody else.
Why don't you love me?
I actually have a name to go with this one, and I'm only going to say it because he's never going to watch this show. I call this the Steve.
The Steve.
The guy that your husband works with?
Yes! Stephanie knows what we're talking about!
Dude, I mean, the way he was talking to me when I first showed up there, it was very clear that he was definitely... Looking to find
for love in all the
I put out the vibe.
As soon as he sees somebody he doesn't know, he zones in. Then he wants to know, like,
is she single?
I'm going to come on single? Strong. Yeah, I'm going to come on strong before I even know if she's single or available.
Yeah.
And then even if she's not single, I'm still going to see if I can get it in. I hate that person.
And at the end of the night, if nothing happens, oh my God, you have the lamest people at your party tonight.
I have a name for that, but I probably shouldn't say it because he might watch. So yeah.
Well, I just did. I
called him out. We actually, and it's not the first time we called it. And actually, it's nothing that Cass and I wouldn't say to his face.
It may or may not rhyme with Schwalvin. It may.
It's mostly drunk Schmelvin.
Right.
Let's just be honest. Like, it's drunk Schmelvin.
That's interesting.
All right. So before we get to number 5, let's do another drunken confession.
All right, before we do 5, do a drunk.
I mean, I feel like I already gave away number 5, but okay.
Yeah, I know, but
you did.
But
we're still gonna cover it, Dave, because that's what I fucking do.
All right, so it's have you ever gone to work high or drunk?
Yep.
I've gone to work like hungover, like where I still feel kind of drunk, but I've never like gotten drunk and then gone into work. So, I mean, I guess that counts because I probably had like, I mean, this is like, when I was working retail, like when I was like 21 and I was out every night. So.
Well, that's a 21-year-old move. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, fuck it. Drink all night, get up in the morning.
I guess let me clarify. I've never maybe like not set foot in the office while still in that condition, but I've had situations evolve where like I'm out and I'm hammered, something comes up and I have to leave and like take an Uber home and hop on my laptop and hop on a conference call for those situations.
That's not that bad.
You know what? You have a very a different kind of job though, so you can pull that off.
I mean, you know what I mean? I've walked into our studios to run shows hammered off my ass.
Well, that's different. That's your business.
I know personally, like
that's your business.
the year that I turned 21, I worked at a very relaxed office. That it wasn't just me; it was like all of us coworkers went out, and we would have drinks at lunch and get a buzz. I was never like wasted and drunk. But you would have a buzz and come back, and then I'm like, damn, now I have to work? Like, this sucks.
Lame.
But again, now at the age that I'm at, I don't think I would be able to function.
Yeah, see, like I never understood like the whole 3 martini lunch thing, and I did. Like I knew sales guys that did it and that kind of stuff.
I did do it when I was 21.
See, I never did. The most I would ever do, like if I went out like for a lunch thing and somebody ordered a drink, I would order a drink along with them to be social, but that would be it. Like I would nurse that throughout the course of however long we were out. Yeah.
All right. When I was in real estate. Sorry. Go, Jeremy.
Oh, go ahead. You gotta get out so early. Go ahead.
Wait, it's a real estate story? I feel like this might also tie in with the having sex at work story. Cass, go.
It does. When I was a realtor,
feel like it's going to be her confession of how she made her first porn.
I never made a porn. When I was a realtor.
That you know of.
Damn it, you beat me to it.
Semantics. Anyway, when I was a realtor, we went out for lunch, and I did have a couple too many. And I remember going back to the model home that I was supposed to be selling out of, and I put a sign in the door that says, "Sorry, closed due to family emergency." And I went in, took a nap on the bed that was in the model home. I did it.
I love it.
But it was a long time ago.
Classy Cass.
So yeah, that did happen maybe one or twice.
All right, husband.
When I was in high school, I had a really long night. It was the first time ever that I did acid and all kinds of crazy stuff happened. 14 hours later, I'm at work, and the chef calls me over. Dude, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. You want something? No, I'm not anything.
I mean, you're an alligator.
Because your pupils are completely black right now. Like,
you're an alligator chef, but I'm fine.
14 hours. It's like, go get some ice water, fill a mug, and just go do dishes and stare at the wall and don't let nobody see your eyes for the rest of the night. Okay.
You were how old?
God, that's hilarious.
Like 18? Yeah, I was like 18. 17,
no, I was in my 30s when I was in real estate, so.
Wah.
Oh, right, actually, shit. No, I have to correct myself because that flashback. One of my first jobs, I was a cook at a Ponderosa. God help me.
Oh, sexy.
Classy shit.
Hey, I know how to make a steak. People still to this day laugh at me because of how perfect my grill lines are when I do steaks on the grill. But no, we used to get bombed.
I thought all the Ponderosas went out of business before I was like 16.
No,
That's
there's
entirely
something
possible because you're what, 19 now, child.
It's like one per metropolitan area.
My fucking.
Yeah, no, and we did. We would sit back there in the back and just get absolutely bombed while we were cooking. That was like one of the perks of being a cook is, yeah. We would throw ice chips.
Well, there you go.
We'd throw ice chips in the deep fryer and sit there and get bombed. That's what we did.
Oh yeah.
But you never poisoned anybody, so that's
Nope.
a good thing.
That is good. All right, so back to our list.
Number 5.
Number 5, the one-upper, and I actually have it.
Dave, do you want
right
to
here
explain
on
the
there that
one-upper?
It says the one-upper,
to our
which
buddy,
is so funny.
and I know he will never watch this, but our buddy Joe is that guy. Like you could tell like the greatest, most involved story with so many details in it, and it's funny because like his one-ups aren't necessarily even one-ups. Like you can tell, like Bob and I would tell a story about like this ridiculous night we had, like bouncing around like dive bars and all the people that we ran into these Red Wings and we were doing this and then all this wacky mayhem happened. And then Joe would sit there and look us in the eye and be like, "Oh yeah, well, I was at this bar, last night, and there was this girl, and she was really hot." Okay, like did you talk to her? No.
And
Cool,
right.
cool story, bro. Like what?
So I'm going to make a confession. I believe I have a tendency to be the one-upper when I don't even mean to be.
Really?
Yeah. After like reevaluating, after we came up with this list, I started reevaluating things, and I was like, I wonder if that's how people see me, because mostly it's when people are talking about their kids and this and that and that and this, and I will put my 2 cents in about my nieces and nephews, and I'm like, I wonder if I ever come off as a one-upper, because it's just trying to be part of the conversation.
That's not
what I mean.
No,
That's not
what it is like we had this one guy, Jason, and every time we went out, and this guy would be like, not a Jason you guys knew. Different Jason. He would be like, we'd be like, "Oh, so what kind of motorcycles do you have?" "Oh, we have this and this," and he'd be like, "Well, I had," and it was always a better motorcycle.
Oh,
or
that's
it was
the worst.
always a cooler car.
Is when
like keeping up with the Joneses type
when you
thing.
know it's a setup question. Like that's the worst. When you know it's a setup question and like I refuse to even play. Like that's yeah.
And we kept calling him that. We started calling him that to his face. He got so pissed.
Did he ever stop, or did he just quit hanging out with you?
He quit hanging out with us. And the funny thing was it was a business group of people too. It was like a networking group. So that was the funniest part, is it was a networking group, and he's like he couldn't hang out with the networking group because he got mad because we said that about him.
Wait, was it mine?
All right, so
No.
Okay.
No. It was a downriver thing. Really, Dave? Really?
I just want to throw in really quick the one-upper who is like you say, "Oh man, like, I threw my back out, it really hurts," and like they're like, "Oh yeah, I've got lupus and I cut myself," and like they're trying to like be more tragic.
Yeah, they're like, "I have stage 4 cancer," and you're like, "Oh, okay, sorry."
Right, I'm not trying to incite like everybody in their paranoia to like be like, "Oh well."
Or when I say I'm allergic to grass and someone's like, "Try being allergic to gluten."
Well, Bob calls me a one-upper when it comes to insults, because like I immediately go like you could poke me in the arm and I go nuclear. Like Bob will be like, "Oh, nice shirt." I'm like, "Oh yeah, well I banged your mom." So yeah.
No, I agree with that, Dave. You are good at like trying to insult.
This is why I say Dave and Cass are, honestly, they should be twin brother and sister, because Cass is the one upper on insults all the time. And even during private, like our just between me and her text messages, she always has to say the last fucking word.
Yo, mama. That's what she said.
No, I mean it'll be down to like the littlest things. I'll be like, okay, have a good night. She was like, all right, good night. I'm like, okay, talk to you tomorrow. Like, I've tested this out. And then I went, you have to say the last word. She goes, absolutely. I'm like, I'm done. She goes, okay.
All right, what's
And
number 4?
that's why you and Dave are so much alike.
All right, number 4.
Number 4 is the single story drunk. The person that goes to the same parties and always tells the same damn story.
Bob.
Oh, God.
That one time at band camp?
Yeah.
Although Bob has like 6 stories, but they're the same 6 stories, and that happens all the time.
I can't stand it. And then when you try to interrupt him like politely, like, oh yeah, buddy, I remember you telling me about that. They continue to tell you. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And then they continue to tell you.
And then you're like,
You just walk away.
Somebody come interrupt this.
Yeah, I find a reason to walk away. Like if I tell them, oh yeah, I've already heard that. That's a really funny story. And they keep telling it. No, I'm going to go get some cheese dip or like whatever. Like I'm going to find something else to do. I'm not going to listen to the same story.
Follow you.
oh my God. You're like, just enough. I've heard this story 5 times tonight. Can I just like go shoot myself in the head?
So, and then what is the number 3, Cass?
3, the anti-parent. Those are the people that come over to your house with their children.
Oh.
Once they park their ass in your house, they quit parenting.
Their kids are everywhere.
Oh my God. I had one time these kids were like seriously climbing my bookshelf. My bookshelf's not attached to my wall. It's like 7 feet tall. If that thing falls over on your kid's going to die. And then they're yelling at their older children to take care of their younger children.
Yep.
And you're like sitting there like, oh my God, please.
Okay,
just go home.
I feel like this needs a different
You're
name.
a babysitter.
That needs a different
What
name.
would
They
you
are
call
not,
it? I call it the anti-parent.
because anti-parent sounds like someone who's against parents. These are those are failed parents, is what they.
Lack of
the failed parents.
Called a lack of parent.
Yeah,
Jeremy
exactly.
says lack of parents, lack of
Failed
parenting.
parents, lack of parents. Fucking
Yeah,
annoying.
and-
That's what I call them. Like, get the hell out of my house.
Honestly,
Yeah, don't make me parent your kid.
As
I
a
raise
couple,
my children.
As a couple that we don't want kids, we love kids. We love our nieces and nephews and all of our friends' kids.
You like OPK,
However,
other people's
don't
kids.
come to my house and think that I'm going to parent your child.
Right.
Make sure your kid doesn't break my stuff. Don't make me do it.
Right.
I'm the funny.
Why is your kid on my couch with cookies? What the hell? I don't even need
What are you
on my own freaking
What are you,
couch.
some kind of crazy Italian grandmother? Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so just for the record, yes, my grandchildren can eat cookies on my couch.
You got the plastic
Other
wrap?
people's kids cannot.
You got the plastic wrap on your couches yet?
Let's move on.
So number two is the wannabe.
Okay.
And it's the person who insults others just to stand out.
Well, not stand out as much as like fit in. Like they want to be the funny person.
Okay, so they basically just say stuff to.
So
you just added Dave. You just added him so hard. He's like, what?
They are related to the one-uppers.
Right.
Yeah.
They're the ones that.
Like I don't do it because I want to fit in. I do it because I can't help myself. Like.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, so now knowing Dave, I would say that he kind of fits into that now after I knew him. But when I first met Dave, he never like insulted me while like when he was just getting to know me. Like it was never like
insulted
me.
No, there's a trial period. But here's the reality, and this is what I tell everybody. At the end of the day, if I never make fun of you, I don't like you. Like there's a standard there. Like because I don't consider you a friend unless I feel like I can fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
I must be your best friend ever.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say Cass must be your best fucking friend.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
But yeah, no, we did have a friend, and she used to come over and just like totally insult me every time she came into my house.
Oh yes, she did.
She would just like rip me apart for no reason. I was always nice to her, nice to her boyfriend, everything, and she would just like start ripping me apart just to try and be funny and all this.
And she was trying to blend in with the guys, and she was trying to get the guys and everybody to laugh with her. So she turned on Cass.
She just came across as an ass. Yes. So the number one worst person to have at your party is the mooch. And that's the person when you have a party, you say, all right, everybody, bring a dish to pass and bring alcohol. They come up with absolutely nothing. They drink all the beer and alcohol in your refrigerator and in your bar.
Mm-hmm.
They eat your food. They throw up on your lawn. And not that this is anything personal.
Right. It's not.
They also have a tendency to complain about what food and alcohol you had available.
Yes. There's nothing worse than the mooch. Because you like, hey, guys, bring something good to pass. Like even a bag of chips, and then they show up with absolutely nothing.
And it's not just one time. It's not just one time. It's when it happens over and over and over again.
Right. Like it's a pattern. That person obviously just is kind of moochy and a little bit. I feel like it's different. Like if you don't have a lot of money and like, people invite you over knowing that you can't bring something and that's okay, but you don't complain about it, whatever. I've been poor, I brought ice. Right. Or like whatever I could bring, but like I've been poor and I've showed up to parties, but I'm not gonna complain about the food they serve, any of the drinks that they're gonna share with me. Why would you do that?
And that's what we consider the mooch. It's not just not bringing anything; it's then you complain about what's available to them.
That is so fucking rude.
Or the ones that will bring like a 30-pack, like they'll bring a dirty 30 of like Pabst. They'll bring that, but they won't like share it. They will eat all your food. They won't bring anything to share.
They'll drink their 30. They'll bring their 30 pack of PBR.
Drink my liquor.
But grab my dirty blonde.
Right, and my liquor and everything else, and they don't. There are 30 packs over there where they can do it. So yeah, I hate the mooch. So
all right,
what do you think of our top 10?
So that is our top 10. What did you guys think about it?
Pretty good.
It's solid.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Well, let's wrap it up with one more dirty confession, and then we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah. So if anybody thought that go back to episode 11 is what the top 10 original was. Episode 17 is the fetishes, which is a hell of a lot funny when the first time Amy was educated on it. And
I wish we could have recorded going through it with you for the first time.
And episode 14 was our very first podcast with Podcast Detroit, which was our favorite places and things about Detroit. So on that note, let's do our final drunken confession. Hopefully it's a good one.
That was very convincing, Cass. That was so convincing.
You were like, do you dance? Do you dance when you're by yourself?
Yes.
Abso-friggin-lutely.
All the time.
Yep.
By myself.
Down, we all do.
At a gas, like anywhere. If I want to dance, it's
just by myself.
Well, I'm not about dancing in public.
Oh no, Stephanie, and Cass were on a Zoom, a private Zoom. Stephanie and I started a dance party over just video.
And I left.
Yeah. She's like,
she did. She was like, okay, I'm done.
Going to bed, guys. Bye.
We had fun. That's fine.
All right, guys. So thank you again. Happy 50th, Cass.
Happy 50th. And so next week we actually celebrate our 1 year.
Yeah, next year, next week is our 1 year and our 51st episode. So
we'll go over that next year.
So on that note,
next year.
I will bring you the cheers tonight.
All right.
Out with the old and with the new. Cheers to the future and all that we do.
Yay.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we'll see you next week. And any of you that want to join us Friday, we do live chats on Fridays. And we welcome anyone to join.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, everybody. Thanks again for listening to our show tonight. If you want more information, you can find it at facebook.com/mydrunkenconfessions.